Okay, in this screencast, I'm going to show how to use the graphing calculator to use the probability functions. There's a math button right here under the alpha button that I would like you to click on. And when you go under the math button, you have all these different options. Some calculators have more options than others, but they should all have this one farthest to the right, which is called probability, P-R-O-B, or just P-R-B maybe. Within that, you have some different options. You have NPR, NCR, and the factorial. This first one, RAND, is for producing random decimal numbers, but these are the three that we're going to be looking at, 2, 3, and 4. So if you want to use the NPR button, when you click on that, if you have the new version, you actually have a spot where you can put the two numbers. If you have the older version, it actually just brings up NPR, and so you actually have to type in the number first and then go to the function. So I'm going to clear this out and do it the old way because it will work both ways on the new one and the old one. So let's just say I wanted 5P2. I type in a 5, go to the math button, go over to probability, and go down to number 2. Hit enter, and then I would type in a 2. And it won't look this nice on the older versions, but it will still do the same thing. And we should get 20 for 5P2. Let's try one more of those. So let's try 8P6. So 8, and then math button. Over to probability again. Go down to P. Hit enter. And then 6. Okay. The next thing is I want to show is how to use a factorial button. You have to type in the number first and then do the factorial. So if I want 8 factorial, I'd type in 8, do that same process, go to math, go over to probability, and then go down to number 4. If you don't want to arrow down to number 4, you can always just type the number 2. So I'm going to just type in a 4. I get 8 factorial, I'll hit enter, and there's what 8 factorial is. Okay, the last thing is some of the combination problems, like especially the one that was at the end of one of our slideshows where you had to multiply 2 combinations and then divide by another. You just want to make sure you use parentheses around the whole top and around the whole bottom. So you do an open parenthesis, and then let's just say it's 5C2, so 5, and then go to that math, over to probability, go down to number 3, 5C2, and then I need to, if I have the new one, I have to arrow to the right. It says I need to arrow over, otherwise it'll just bring you out of that. And then we're going to times that, so you'll just do times. Let's say the next thing we have is 6C3, so I'll go ahead and type in a 6 and do the same thing. Then on this one, again, I have to arrow to the right, but on the older calculators, you don't have to. Then you're going to close the parentheses, and then let's just say we want to divide that by the total. This is for a probability type problem. So divided by, I'm going to put parentheses around the bottom just to be safe. I don't think I have to have it, but I will just to be safe. Remember, the total number, you have to add the 5 and the 6, so that would be 11. And then again, over to the math, to the probability, down to number 3, and then the second number should be the total of the second number, so 2 plus 3 is 5. We have a total of 5 things. And then I want to go ahead and close my parenthesis and hit enter, and it should give it to you as a decimal. Now, I don't like my answers as decimals always because it doesn't always match with the back of the book, and so this would be an okay decimal. I would probably round to 3 places, 43.3 or 43.3%. But if you want to change it back to a fraction, it's just that math button, and then you hit enter, and you hit enter one more time. Now, for some reason, this fraction is a really big fraction. It sometimes won't change it back into a fraction, so sometimes you're just stuck with the decimal. So the final answer would be 100 out of 231 would be the chance of whatever this scenario was. I just did a made-up scenario.